The copper in Wales was mostly produced in the 17th to 19th century, which created a global industry. Copper is used in many everyday items such as telephone wires, coins and water pipes. It would therefore be impossible to function without this metal.
Swansea has changed dramatically over the past 200 years. Here we see how Swansea's industrial heritage developed the city we know today. However, this important heritage has been forgotten, and all that remains are two chimneys and derelict buildings.
We're here at the site of the old Harvard Copper Works with Ian Smith, curator of modern and contemporary industry. Ian, can you tell us about the copper works here?
Yeah, the whole area, I grew up not far from here, and as a boy in the 60s, we used to play over here, and it was all derelict, and there was still some work going on, but we used to love playing in all the old buildings. And then in 1973, when I first left school, I got a job in Yorkshire Imperial Metals, which was the name of the footworks then. As we look across the river now, we're looking at what was left of the old rolling mill. The engine house is there now with the stacks, and the hot and cold rolling mill was just across the river. It took up all that area that we can see.
Some of the old buildings now have other uses, such as the Landor Social Club, which used to be the works offices.
The River Tower was an important transport link for the works because of the access to seagoing, coastal and international trade routes. 40% of the copper output was exported to overseas markets.
This dark cave was the underground canal, which was used to transport the copper from the works here. The copper works were essential for the development of Swansea as a town. Without the works, Swansea would not be here today. John Henry Vivian founded the copper works here in Swansea after working at the Cornish mines. It was the first big industry in Swansea, which was essential in creating the city we know today.
Singleton Abbey is now located in the grounds of Swansea University, another feature of Swansea that has greatly benefited from the copper works. In the 1920s, the Vivians donated Singleton Abbey to become the founding building of Swansea University. Parts of the Abbey now house academic offices and meeting rooms such as this one, but a lot of its original Victorian Gothic style is still here today.
The vast production of copper from the works created a large amount of pollution which damaged the surrounding environment, especially life within the river.
We spoke to Graham Humphreys about the Lower Swansea Valley project, which was responsible for cleaning up this area and making the river more habitable.
The amount of pollution that now goes into the River Tower, for example, then has an improving effect on the area lower downstream and out into Swansea Bay as well. So there was a physical improvement.
We have come to the National Waterfront Museum to talk to Robert Jones, curator of heavy industry. This museum will be hosting the copper industry exhibition next year. We asked Robert how important is it to promote the heritage of the copper works and why it was important to Swansea.
Although the copper industry is pretty well known within the Swansea area, it's well worth raising its profile in the much broader, the global sense. The sheer scale of imports of copper or exports of finished copper, the associated coal trade, all that went a long way to transforming Swansea from quite a small medieval port into what at the beginning of the 19th century was the largest town in Wales.
One person who remembers the site in its working days is former employee Ivor Williams.
You can just see the two towers with two stacks which are still there. These other stacks have been removed. By the end of the year or early next year, they are hoping to put a boat onto the River Towie to run trips up the River Towie from the docks. We're hoping that the council will one day make it safe so that the new boat of the Towie will be able to go up higher up past Morriston.
As the copper works was such an important factor in creating the city, it is hoped that more projects like this will be put in place to raise greater awareness of the copper heritage in Swansea.